These criminals actually took off their masks in front of the hostages because all the hostages had been made to wear red blindfolds. Having just got their hands on 30 billion in cash, the criminals were about to leave, but suddenly someone triggered the alarm. When a man secretly took off his blindfold to have a look, he discovered that the alarm had actually been triggered by the criminals themselves. The criminals then directly removed his blindfold, letting him look as much as he wanted. The man kept his eyes tightly shut and pleaded for mercy. After all, seeing the criminals' faces could mean danger, but these criminals did exactly the opposite. They removed all the hostages' blindfolds, but showed no intention of harming anyone, because their leader, Henry, had ordered that this operation must not result in any casualties. At this moment, the police arrived at the scene. The criminals fired a few warning shots into the air and then threw a smoke bomb. Surrounded by police, with seemingly no way out, but this was actually their real objective. The police immediately sent in their negotiation expert, Lucy, to speak with Henry. Lucy's first question was, "How many helicopters do you need?" As expected from a negotiation expert, this question appeared to help the criminals escape, but was actually an indirect way to determine their numbers, since one helicopter can only seat 4 people. Henry replied that just one would be enough. The commander standing next to her immediately became excited. Fewer than 4 criminals. They could simply storm in and resolve the situation. But Lucy was firmly opposed. She believed the criminals might be setting a trap. However, the commander had already given the order. Special forces had arrived at the main entrance. They extended their surveillance equipment through the doorway. What they saw left everyone stunned. There were at least 30 criminals inside. While the commander was hesitating, his subordinates brought news. The criminals had uploaded footage of the scene online. When they watched it, they realized that all the hostages had been forced to wear the same outfits as the criminals and were holding fake weapons. In this way, the police couldn't distinguish who the real criminals were. Even more problematic was that one of the hostages was the daughter of a foreign ambassador. The commander immediately ordered a retreat out of fear. In fact, the real target of these criminals wasn't the 30 billion they had stolen, but rather, they planned to use the captured mint and its staff to directly print untraceable new banknotes. Their aim was 4 trillion in cash.